So today we're just going to talk about some watering and things to be looking for when you have problematic pots or when a container gets to this point where it's almost on its last leg, and legitimately this one is. There's some things that are telltale signs that a planter needs a ton of water, and this particular flower alone is not even flowering anymore. It's completely, limp and really needing to be revived. This is a plant that typically can take a lot of drought, and it's even showing signs of stress. So we know at this point that some of the stress-proof kind of plants are struggling. So in a case like this, I would look up and under to see sort of like what's going on there. And the soil is, at this point in the season, especially in August, it's going to be very root bound, because what was an okay amount of water in June, come August is not, because the amount of roots have taken over this entire space. At this customer's house, we just came over to do a little maintenance, and we definitely need to do more than just that. The watering situation has to take precedence at this minute. We'll probably have to come back a different day to maintain. When I picked up her hose, it was already on, and it was on jet mode, which is not appropriate. That would just blast the roots and the flowers and the petals. So whenever you're watering, you really want to have your hose to be on a shower mode. What would be an okay amount of water, typically in a case like this, we need to double and triple it. I'm going to go ahead and start just watering at the center on this plant till I know it's getting some water. Then I'm going to work my way around the edges lightly. Then I'm going to come back around and lift up the leaves so I can see that everything is getting, wet enough. So for instance, on a plant like this clearly has gotten out of control and the balance is wrong. So this would have been one we would have or should have pruned way earlier. But at this point, things are already dying. This particular plant right here is gone. So I think we'll probably cut it to the very edge of the container in hopes that it sends out some new growth. Sometimes we find that pots that have been out and exposed to the elements, if there's been a lot of rain, they actually look better than pots that are under cover because they're getting no elements. So customers do have to really pay attention to that. If they've had a lot of rain, we'll hear from a customer, oh, I don't need to water it rain, and they're forgetting that they have a complete coverage over their containers. So always make sure you're paying attention to that as well. The pots that are shadier tend to have a little less issue getting or needing as much water as ones that are in the full sun all day. But they still need to be checked daily.